everyone, good morning and welcome back. First, I'd like to know how your experience has been so far on this channel, and if you have been benefiting from this devotional, I want you to share your story in the comment section. Share one word that you think you've been blessed with through this period. It would really encourage me to know that um that I'm reaching out to someone, and it would really encourage me to not give up, because really it's tiring making videos. I don't think mm, that this video thing is for me. Usually I do videos like when I'm very excited, when I'm giddy and all. But you now have to discipline yourself to every morning coming to sit down and do a video. Yesterday I totally forgot. I slept over, I woke up late, and then I just had to rush work, and so I didn't have the time to do this. So please share and encourage me so that I'll be like encouraged to do more and do better. For today, our topic says, in God was the beginning. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life. First John chapter 1, verse 1 to 4. Now our scripture reading for today, yes, it's from First John. Oh, sorry. It's from John chapter 1, 1 to 4. John chapter 1. Now the devotional for today says, before there was a beginning, there was God. Everything that is was in God. The Gospel of John tells us that all things were made by the Word. Nothing that was created was made without the Word. In the Word was life. Life came out of God. Therefore, before you knew life, life was. All things were made by God. Everything you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch was in God before they came to be. Even what you discern first existed in God. Now, let me be a little ridiculous to prove my point. God had roaches and mosquitoes and rats in him. He had suns and clouds and planets in him. The cows to make shoe leather, the oil to run our cars, the ore from the mountains to make steel. All these things were in God. Everything on this earth is God's property. If God would ever call in his property, we would be in big trouble. All things were in God and thus belong to him. God in the beginning, when there was nothing, contained everything that man has seen. He also contained everything man will ever see. Thus, if you had talked to God on the highway of nothingness, you would have been talking to millions of cows and horses and mountains and trees and limousines and hotels and beaches. They all were in God. They were in him, but no one saw them. That's why we call God omnipotent. He's always full of the potential to bring forth what you see. God is pregnant with the universe. In essence, if you met God on the highway of nothing, by the corner of nowhere, before there was anything, and you shook his hand, you will be shaking hands with everything but would not know it. You would be with potential. And the quote for today says, God is pregnant with the universe. God is pregnant with the universe. I From this devotional, there's so much that you can get. And it just it just goes on to tell us that like I said, if you were to shake hands with God or nothingness, all of the mountains, limousines, the hotels, everything is there. It's just that you cannot see it. That's how great you are. Like, there's so much greatness in you. There's the pilot, there's a doctor, there's a lawyer, there's an astronaut, there's a computer scientist, an engineer. There's so much within you. There's an artist, a poet, a songwriter, a badass singer, an actor. There's so much within you. But because you're in that state where everything is still in the form of nothingness, people don't see that greatness. Do you understand? So that's like an amazing thing. So before there was a beginning, there was God. God in Himself is the existence of everything. He's He's the basis of everything. There's no no um nothing came out before God. God brought every other thing out: the air, the sky, the sun, every other thing that we see today. So if we were to just do anyhow and God gets angry and says, "Oh, I'm taking all things like human." This illustration that's in my head is very silly. It's like all of these girls that go to their boyfriend's house. Oh, my boyfriend this, my boyfriend that, my boyfriend blah, and they don't have anything, and everything is on the guy. So just imagine the guy gets upset and says, "Oh, you get out of my house," or "You just go. I don't want you again." The guy's going with nothing. Oh, hey God, she will not see. So if God gets angry now and tells us to go, we're in deep shit. Sorry, we're in deep trouble, big trouble actually, because every freaking thing, the airplanes, everything is his. So what will be left for us humans? What exactly will be left for us humans? So I'll just quickly read the summary that the journal, yes, that I journaled down. It says, "I, princess, put your name there. I'm pregnant with innovation, being that I am made just like God, in His image and likeness. God had all of the world's innovation inside of Him long before anything was conceived in thought. God was existing before there was a beginning. Even the word we speak was in God. God made all things, so we should not even imagine that any idea or plan was from me. The new way I should think is that I got the idea from God. He is the owner of the idea. So if someone decides to use an idea I project without giving credit, I should not be upset. Why? Because I only was a vessel used to bring God's idea into the realms of man. Deep. Now that for me was it. Also, I happen to work somewhere where my boss takes credit for things that it doesn't, it's not his own. So, in fact, let me give you an instance. Like, he calls you up, he wants you to do something a certain way. Like, I don't think we should do it this way. I think we should do it this other way or this other way. And he starts saying, "Why would you question my authority? Why would you do this?" And you're still trying to explain, "Oh, this is the reason why I think we should do it like this and like this and like this." And then you try to explain. Now, he wouldn't even say, "Oh, I see your point," or something. He'll probably just drop the call and go or walk away. And then at a general meeting or a board meeting or something, he'll now come up. He'll now give that your own idea as if it were his. Now, this has happened a couple of times and I've been upset. Like, really, this man is him without even acknowledging that, oh, someone suggested this or Prince suggested this or even mentioned my name or even acting like you got it from somewhere or someone. And I used to get very upset. And this scripture just, or this whole reading for today just tells me that God is the one for the idea. The idea is not even mine in the first place. Do you get? The idea is God. It's God that created and made all the ideas and everything to come. So it is not my idea. So once I start seeing it that it is not my idea, it takes off a little bit of the pain or pressure of not being acknowledged. And so I just say, "Oh, it's good that I could be a vessel to bring down God's ideas into the realms of the earth. After all, I operate in the realm of God." Yeah. So if we begin to see things like that, if we begin to see that the things we own are not ours, the cars, the houses, there's a sense of calmness that to give us, and a sense of humility. Yeah, that's the word that it would give us, so that we realize that everything comes from God. We acknowledge God and we go back to God even when something doesn't go right with what has been given. So I encourage you today: God is the beginning. Everything begins and ends in Him. God is the existence of all things. Do not forget that. Spread that out and stay blessed. Have a good day. Bye.